Next week on the Bolin Alley, for the first time ever, I have Damian Sandow that's going to finally be on the show Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Formerly known as Aaron the Idol Stevens here in Ohio Valley Wrestling. He called me today. He wants to be on the show, so of course he'll be on.
Yes.
So Damian Sandow next Tuesday night.
Mongrovian Karate.
Call him a phony, call him a loser, call him out of place, call him a waste of time, a waste of money on me, a waste of skin, a waste of anything. But the gimmick he did where he was Mrs. Stunt Double.
At one point,
I don't care what anybody says.
At one point, he was one of the most over guys in WWE because of the shit he took, and that's why it's probably why he lost his job, because it wasn't Vince's idea. Yeah. Aaron was not supposed to get over as big as the Miz, and Miz was fucking secondary material. And I managed both of them. I managed Aaron and the Miz, and Aaron got over 10 times more than Miz did. And it killed Vince that Aaron was able to take that bit that was designed to bury him and turned it into where he was way more over than the Miz. And he would do these house shows.
Does he not? That just tells me he doesn't like Canadians.
Well, Vince don't like anybody that gets over that he didn't plan to get over. I mean,
exactly.
That's what pisses me off about Vince, okay? Natalya is the most winningest female wrestler and female champion in their history.
I worked with Natalya for
a piece of shit.
I disagree. I disagree because Natalya, I worked with her at Ohio Valley Wrestling. She had some moody moments down there to where she didn't quite get my humor. Course. But Natalya has had that job for a long time. She's never had to go anywhere else. She's had a good pay, good job. And
she should have a nice long title run.
Well, not anymore. She's fucking been there for 20 fucking years. And no, I disagree with you. It's time to get the new talent over. Natalya's had her run. It's not like no one knows who she is. She's had plenty of runs. She's been champion God knows how many times.
A nice long title run. She's never had a nice
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
Sasha or excuse me, miss, I had my friggin' my whole entire.
Well, you're speaking from a Canadian. You're speaking from a Canadian. You're speaking from a Canadian standpoint. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the Ohio Valley wrestlers better than I do. And I'm telling you, if she was over, she would have got over, and she didn't get over enough because people didn't give a shit. And she's been lucky to have her job as long as she had. Now Sasha Banks, Sasha Banks is fucking over. The little one we were just talking about, that's the demon child now, she's over. Natalya never ever got over to the way we did. Maybe to the Canadians. The Canadians, if you're from Canada, they'll fucking fall in love with you.
I don't care.
Well, guess what? We don't fall in love with Americans. We don't fall in love with Americans just because they're fucking from America. You guys have a tendency, if they're Canadian, you think they deserve every fucking thing. That's not the case. She got what she deserved.
We don't deserve everything. We don't deserve everything.
All right. Was Owen Hart great?
We don't deserve everything.
Was Owen Hart great?
We do have a huge hyper wrestling scene in Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you did.
We have promotions that could probably do better than Vince could ever even think of.
Apparently not, or you would have done it. Apparently not, or you would have done it.
You know what? It's called funding, bitches. It's called we don't have the money.
Funding my ass. We didn't.
Right. Maple Leaf Wrestling, though, Kenny.
We didn't
decades.
We didn't have any money.
Top promotion in the entire country.
Any money of fucking OVW compared to what they put into fucking NXT, and we would go to the Louisville Gardens and sell 6,000 fucking seats with no goddamn money.
Maple Leaf Wrestling, Maple Leaf Gardens. Thank you very much. My cousin got to dance with the JYD on air, live on air on Maple Leaf Wrestling.
What's his name?
Okay, that's all I got to say.
What's his name?
But you know what? We have
What's his name? Who danced with the JYD? What's his name?
Saturday. Okay.
Quit blowing fucking air and give me his name.
All right, guys. Hey, one at a time.
I don't care. You can sit there and talk about Americans all you bloody well want.
Well, I don't give a fuck. My favorite wrestlers are fucking Japanese. Fuck the goddamn Americans. I tune in to watch the Japanese wrestlers, so don't fucking think I'm blowing the goddamn Americans.
You know what? I tune in to watch everybody as a whole. Just like hockey, it's our game. We just let you play it, but still.
Well, fuck hockey. Hockey's the worst goddamn sport ever invented, and hockey could be taken off goddamn television tomorrow, and nobody in fucking America would notice. There's baseball, basketball, and football, and then there's all the other fucking crappy sports. Just like your fucked up goddamn hockey. A bunch of guys out there in padded fucking suits slapping a goddamn puck, don't know what the fuck they're doing. not athletes. Most of them ain't got no fucking teeth.
You're talking out your ass.
No, you are an ass. That's why I'm talking out my ass. I'm talking out yours. Talking out yours. You ain't gonna out-talk me, and you ain't got no turns. You're on the fucking bowling alley, and you're sitting there running your mouth about shit you don't know anything about. You fucking got air coming out your head.
Let the birthday girl talk.
Hey, my fans have said you've talked plenty tonight.
Okay.
My fans have been begging me to ban you all fucking night. That's the best thing we heard all night is you not talking.
So shitty in America. Why are there more American hockey teams than there are Canadian teams?
Nobody gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about goddamn hockey down here. No one gives a shit. Hockey's what you play when there's nothing else to watch.
In America than there are in Canada.
They've been trying to get hockey and soccer over in this country for fucking 65 years, and no one gives a shit about either one of them. If you want to fucking watch soccer, go to goddamn Brazil. Go to goddamn Germany. If you want to watch Canadian football, go to Canada. And if you want to watch hockey, go to fucking Canada. Because nobody fucking gives a shit down here. And it's a crying fucking shame. It's a crying fucking shame when you fucking Canadians come down here and get your ass kicked by a team from fucking Florida. The Florida Panthers fucking beat your goddamn hockey teams. Your teams fucking suck. Anybody that comes from fucking Canada and gets beat by an American team to fucking bunch of jackasses. Well, of course you should forget about hockey. It's a fucking shit fucking sport. No one gives a shit about it. They'll never get the ratings of baseball, basketball, and football. It's fucking, well, it fucking sucks. You got to be ashamed of yourself.
Know this.
You got to be ashamed of yourself.
Hockey will ever be in football. Try playing football on ice pitches. Try fighting on a pair of skates on a slick.
Well, there you go. A bunch of fucking rednecks that want to fight. They don't realize it's a sport. Imagine if football was all fights. Imagine if baseball was all fights. Your dumb fucking Canadian, your fucking commissioner had to fucking ban fighting. See how I could get some shit in. Yeah. There is no history with hockey. No one gives a shit about hockey, about fucking Canadians. You know why? It's always fucking cold up there. You got ice every fucking where. You got ice in fucking July. You got ice in fucking July up there. And that's why hockey's big, because every goddamn household's got fucking ice. They got a pond in the fucking backyard. Throw on your goddamn ice skates and go play your stupid fucking hockey. Nobody down here gives a shit.
Okay, next thing he's going to say I have a pet polar bear and I ride to work every day on a dog sled.
You mean you don't?
No, we don't. And I don't live in an igloo either.
That's a shock. Yeah, well, all your hot air that comes out of your mouth would never allow you to live in an igloo. Your igloo would melt due to all the hot air comes out of your mouth, talking about shit you don't know anything about. Trying to say Natalya Neidhart didn't get enough of a fucking run when she's been in the WWE for fucking 25 years, it feels like. God damn, what more do you want to give her? If she was over, they would put her.
Hold on, Hugo speaking.
Hugo, what do you got? Save us, Hugo.
Okay, I was there for 17 years, and I known them. Just so you know, the first match that Bret Hart did out of Calgary Stampede, he did it in Puerto Rico. He was skinny. I own that picture, and Bret hates it because you could see how skinny he was. I got him on an abdominal stretch. But getting back to Natalya, I mean, not too many people can say the run that she's had with a company.
Thank you.
And this is not discussed publicly, but she has had some good contracts. Not only that, solid money.
Yeah.
But the question here is, why did she achieve anything more than she did? And it was just as simple as this. Some people you could use at a certain level and they could shine so much. But every time Vince was trying to push her to that ultimate level.
No, Hugo's agreeing with me. He says every time they tried to give her something, it didn't quite work. Hugo agrees with me. She's had a hell of a fucking run.
If Hugo is talking, you are not.
She's had a hell of a fucking run. She's made a lot of money, and Hugo's agreeing with me. You don't sit there and say thank you. He's sitting there fucking agreeing with everything I just said. Go ahead, Hugo.
Not all of it.
And then what happened was that when it was time for her to be the solo, that main event star on Solo Grounds, something happened where she will get a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it will not work best. But this girl, on any given night, she could kick some ass, give you a match that not too
Thank
many
you.
girls could follow.
Well, no, he's not thanking you. He's agreeing with me. Thank you, Hugo. Thank you for agreeing with me.
Give a match is what I was trying
She
to
can
say.
give
She
a
can
match,
pick
but
the
that
match
doesn't
and
mean
pick
she
who
gets a
that she
fucking
can
run
fuck.
with the title for fucking 19 years. She doesn't get to be fucking Bob
And I think
Backlund.
that-
He's agreeing with
and
me.
you can
He's
have-
saying she doesn't
Yeah,
get to
you're
be
saying
Bob
that's
Backlund.
okay.
Yeah.
Any of us can
You
have a
can
great match.
Natalya in tag team against any other girls, and if you could give her the time, like 15 minutes, to produce the psychology of a match, that tag team match will be the best. But that girl, she can really work. But for some reason, you put her in the main event, single competition, and I just don't know what the heck happened. She gets a little bit nervous, and something happens. It's not going to be a bad match, but not the Natalya match.
Hugo, she did the same thing in OVW.
Okay.
She could have the best match of the fucking month. She was capable of doing that, but she let her emotions get the best of her. And a lot of times when she was getting ready to get the big push, she would get nervous and would fuck up. Nice girl, a little emotional. She sometimes would get pissed at my commentary because she didn't even realize what heel commentary was about. I said one of the girls had cellulite on her thighs. Well, you know what? Well, hang on. I'm talking. I'm talking.
That, okay.
No, well, you can talk about it when I'm done. I said she had cellulite on her thighs. Well, guess what? She didn't have cellulite on her thighs. There was a reason I didn't say she had a big nose, because the girl had a big nose. You can talk all you want. You're not going to out-talk me. You're interrupting me. I'm the fucking guest on this show. It's my birthday. My birthday's March the 16th.
A woman looks, you're damn shallow. Okay?
No, I'm a fucking heel commentator, you fucking moron. I'm a heel fucking commentator. And she didn't have cellulite on her thighs, and that was the fucking point, you goddamn moron. What's the matter with you?
Talk about women having cellulite?
You know what? Maybe you got cellulite on your thighs, and maybe that's why it's a sensitive subject with you. But she didn't have cellulite on her thighs. Maybe you do. And I'm a fucking heel commentator. Have you ever done heel commentary before? Well, if you ain't done fucking heel commentary, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Hugo knows what he's talking about. That's why Hugo buried every fucking thing he said. He even likes you, and he told you were wrong. I said she had cellulite on her thighs because she didn't have cellulite on her thighs. You know why I didn't say she had a big nose? Because she had a big nose. That's why I didn't say it. You don't know anything about heel commentary. That's why you're sitting there talking about shit you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're being an idiot.
I'm 47 freaking years old.
Well, that don't get you shit. I'm fucking 60 years old. And I've actually been in the fucking business for 32 fucking years. I've done podcasting for 18 fucking years. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Hugo knows what the fuck he's talking about. And you're talking about shit that you don't know any goddamn thing about. You don't know anything about fucking podcasting. You don't know anything about fucking pro wrestling. You might know something about writing a goddamn book, maybe. I know more about writing a book than you do. You don't know fucking shit. You know how to run your fucking mouth when big stars are talking. That's why you're on my fucking network. You're on my network trying to get some fucking views, because you get 4 fucking views a night. And over here, you're going to get 1,000 fucking views tonight, and you'll have 5,000 by the end of the month. And you'll have about 50,000 more views by the end of the month on our audio podcast. Somebody might actually know who the fuck you are. Everybody in this goddamn room's ready to get rid of you because they realize you don't know fuck about what you're talking about. I'm a fucking expert. I created 54 of the biggest stars ever in the fucking WWE. Hugo knows that. Steve Kane knows it, and you don't know shit. You're running your goddamn mouth because it's your fucking birthday, saying it's your fucking show. You're like a fucking independent television show getting on WWE, and you're acting like everybody's tuned in to fucking see you. Nobody's fucking seeing you, and I think you hung up because you realized you fucking got beat. Jalen says no hate, just love. Well, I love hating. There you go.
No hate, just love.
I love hating. Well, Jalen seems to be the only one talking any sense in here.
Yeah, and I eat pussy too. You want to make fun of that? Go ahead.
Well, you eat all the pussy you want. I eat cupcake.
You know what, honey?
I eat cupcake.
More pussy in my life than you will ever see.
Okay? Well, I've seen a lot of pussies. That means you're eating quite a bit, if that's the case.
That's right, honey. They like to come and sit on.
Matter of fact, if I was to see your pussy, that'd probably be the biggest one I ever saw in my life.
All right. And you know what? Kenny, we're gonna head off of this thing.
Yeah. You're the referee, Steve. You're the fucking referee, Steve. Hey, what are you doing? Why ain't you referee? Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Steve Kane's the referee. Steve Kane's the referee. He had to end this. Let me go to my email and kill this shit. Jesus fucking Christ. How do I end this? There we go. Leave that. There we go. Let me get back to my fucking fans here. Let me get back to the real goddamn show. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, guys. There we go. We got rid of that shit. Who the fuck do these goddamn people think they are? Trying to come in here. Let me get my goddamn volume back up. Trying to come in here and trying to talk to me about doing a fucking podcast. Trying to talk to me about wrestling. Trying to talk to me about who's fucking over. Who had a run? Who didn't have a run? What the fuck? Jesus goddamn Christ. Bunch of stupid. Steve Kane ought to be ashamed of himself for letting that dumb bitch on the fucking show. I don't give a goddamn if it was her birthday. I was going to end this show at 10:05, but I'll hang around, talk to the decent fans for a while. Poor Steve Kane. He got pinned into this shit. They didn't even thank me for being on the show. What about that? They didn't even thank me. Didn't thank me for being on the show. Jalen knows. Jalen's in Malaysia. To my knowledge, Jalen is not even a wrestling fan. And Jalen knows that the bitch was talking too fucking much. She should have shut up when the fucking stars were talking. And that would have been me and Hugo. We're the only fucking ones that knew what we were talking about. Pissed me off. Unfucking believable. The real disco. I just turned this in my Uber, and my driver is alarmed at this terrible language. Well, you tell your Uber driver I'm so sorry. You tell him I'm sorry, but when I get a fucking idiot on this show that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, that's the anger that it brings out in me. I thought I was done with cutting promos on stupid fucking people, but that girl was being stupid. She tried to tell me how to do fucking heel commentary. The girl's never worked a fucking day in the wrestling business in her life. Her podcast draws 4 fucking people. She's trying to tell me how to do podcasting. She's trying to tell me how to do commentary, how to do a fucking podcast, how to be a fucking heel commentator. Fuck her. Fuck her and fuck her goddamn birthday.